What is up, my dude? This is Alex here. Me and Slum made this dark and darker tier list as a fun way to talk about the game. Let me know what you think of the video. Comment below what you think. I'm curious what you guys are gonna play in the next playtest. For me, personally, I'll play Rogue and maybe try out the Bard class. Barbarian as well. Game's getting more popular. I mean, just look at the charts, man. Over 1 million, and it's just on playtest alone. It's kind of crazy. I'm looking forward to what the devs do to this game. Also, be sure to check out Slaw. Channel will be in the description below. He's a really good guy. He makes good content. And yeah, enjoy the video. Alright, so Barbarian. So my thoughts on Barbarian. I think Barbarian's good in PvE, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's good in PvP situations too. Like if you're able to like cleave like multiple people, that's good. And there's some perks.
If you can close the gap before you get like poked down from ranged, that's like key.
Yeah.
And at that point, they're really good.
And some of the classes like Barb can one shot like Wizard. He can one shot Rogue. Like if he hits the head for sure. So I would, for me personally, I would put I would put him average.
Yeah. Whereas like pros and cons of like not having any range but having good general strength. Good like you said, PvE.
Where do you think he should be? Do you think he should be higher or lower?
I'd say either average or generally good. I think I have 10 towards the generally good, like an A tier. But I could see it being an average as well.
Yeah, I'll just put average.
Yeah.
Cleric. I think Cleric is really good in PvE. He's also, I've seen some people do like the beer, where like he gets like physical damage and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that's pretty good too.
I would say he's like S tier, honestly.
Yeah, I'd probably say so too.
Just with like the heals and the utility.
Yeah, they have builds to go good against the mobs in the game. They can go solo, and they also are great into 3-man teams where you're healing and pocketing people.
He also has like tons of like versatility too. Like
yeah,
you could probably do like a physical damage build. You could probably do like a magic damage build for PvE. Just all around good. All right, Ranger. You already know.
Yeah.
Dude, this class, bro, is so dumb. Like, it has everything.
Literally. Self-sustain, range, traps.
Even melee. Like,
literally,
the spear. I've seen, like, 2 people, like, a geared ranger can, like, 2-stab someone and one-shot them.
Yeah. And even doing, like, a secondary sword where you only have to take the perk to be able to run the spear. And just have it just in case, you know? A lot of utility.
Yeah. He's also good in, like, groups. We didn't really talk about that, but, like, in groups, I think Barb is, so, like, average still. Cleric, he's S. All these both are S tier. For sure.
Yeah. I think the Barbarian is like good as a frontline in groups, but I feel like the fighter's better.
Yeah, true. Even so it's like even Cleric, bro.
Yeah, literally.
It's kind of weird because he can frontline and backline.
Yeah, you can rotate. It's because of shields. Shields have so much potential to be overpowered if you like are good with them. That's something that I feel is underrated is shield skills.
You know, surprisingly,
like blocking arrows and all that good stuff.
All right, Rogue. Where do you place Rogue? For me, I would say his PvE is bad, but his PvP is good. I would say if you're a good rogue, it could like as soon as you get the jump on someone, you could kill most squishies.
I think they're gear dependent. I think that's the struggle.
Yeah.
I think
like their starter kit is really bad.
You're just starting out, you don't have any money, any gear, you're gonna be hurting for a while. But as soon as you get some good gear, you're so hard to like lock down and you can one shot. Like if you get the jump on film when you just one shot.
Yeah.
So I'd say they're hard. I'd say average for them just because they have so much variance.
Yeah, I agree. I think Barb is way better than Rogue. For sure.
At that point, like they technically could be below average because they don't have any range. I think that's the biggest struggle too.
Right,
like,
true.
Range is so strong in this game right now that not having range hurts it kind of insanely. Even like the Cleric can run spells where they have range to do damage to like other players.
Yeah, it sucks because I you know, I'm a rogue player, bro. And then you see like archers and shit, or like skeleton archers. Yeah, it's rough. I think it's rough out there for rogue.
I think if they gave the rogues a little bit more juice early on, where you didn't have a lot of gear, they'd be bumped up pretty quickly. But they'd be so annoying. You just be popping out one shot people. I'm like, okay.
For me, I think they should just buff like their throwing hatchets, right? Or the throwing knives and the hatchet.
Yeah.
Fighter. I would say fighter for me is S.
Yeah.
Just versatility. Same as cleric.
Yeah, they have so much versatility.
Like I mean, you could use a dagger, you could use a lot of weapons in the game and gear.
You can literally use any weapon, and so it's like you're not limited by the class on like what you enjoy using.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gives you variance on like the stats you can run and the ability to use ranged weapons. Again, it's so overpowered in the current state of the game.
Yeah.
Just for clearing mobs, for putting out good poke damage, keeping distance, like holding lines. It's just so good.
This is your new friendly like starting class right here. If you're new to the game, I think you just play fighter.
I agree. They have self-sustain, when being able to heal like half of your health just off of an ability.
Yeah, second wind.
Ability to use any weapon in the game, so they're great for like initially gearing and getting up to where you actually have better gear. Good range, you can run two-handed, single-handed, dual wield, range weapons, anything you can think of.
All right, wizard. I think wizard, if you're really good, I think it's above all these classes, like up here. But if you're like new to the game, I would say he's average. For an average player.
Yeah. I think they're potentially below average for like a base of someone just starting out.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have the potential to blow yourself up
like,
consistently. And like if you're not on top of your spell slots, you're gonna be running out of your spells, and then you have nothing to kill the mobs other than just whacking them with a wooden stick. So it's like they're one of the highest floor to skill ceilings in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree too.
But definitely, like if you're just starting out and you don't understand their kit, it can be so difficult to even just get through to the end of the round and get out.
Honestly, I think generally good is okay. But if we're talking like high skill cap, like high roller lobbies, I think this is probably the best class in the game as of like playtest 3.
I can see that.
All right, so what's like rank these? Okay, I think the S tier is up here. I think Rangers maybe right here, and then it goes fighter like this.
Yeah, I'd say we could potentially move Cleric down to generally good.
Oh,
as well, of like having a little bit more of a spread, and that like.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So like this.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty solid. Because like it really depends on like how you're doing your runs and stuff. For Cleric, if you're going to do solo runs, you have to be pretty geared and you're running pretty specific stats. If you want to do like the drunken monk and you run around just smacking things, like you have to be geared and stacked on alcohol, very prepped to go in. Their spell that's up every once in a while of being able to clear AoE.
Yeah.
If you're on solo, your self heals aren't great. Like they're decent, but really they gain their utility through group play. So I think with the S tier, those are classes that can do very well, even if they're running solo.
Also, the thing is too, he has this one spell, Judgment. You literally have to aim your crosshair on someone to use it to damage them.
Yeah.
So I think that's where like high skill comes in. Like he could potentially be up here solo if you're good at landing that spell. I think this tier list is actually pretty good.
I dig it. It almost feels like more of arranged from like the easiest classes to start using getting into the game, into the more difficult ones, but also like just general strength. It feels pretty online as well.
Yeah, I think this is pretty solid. I'm curious to like what they changed like next playtest, and I'm good to update this tier list when like Bard comes out.
Yeah, be dope. I'm very curious to see what they changed to, see the stats, if they had any new, like I know they kind of teased at having more
the skill tree
masteries and stuff. Yeah, the skill tree. I'm very curious to see if they get to that point. That'd be a lot of fun. And the Bard, let's see what they get placed to.
Yeah, Bard could potentially be like better than Cleric. You never know.
It's true. See if they have like actual healing or if it's just like utility. They bring out a loot and just be able to jam. That's bonus points right there.
True. You just have to wait and see on February, dude. I can't wait.
Only a month away.
Anyway, I think this is where we wrap up the video right here.